sharing my screen. Okay, one second. To load the data into the Snowflake. Okay, first what you have to do, what are all the steps you need to follow to load the data into Snowflake? Yesterday I have given file, okay, to follow the process and all. This is very important, guys. It is actually very basic step. Hello, am I audible? Okay, data loading is very basic option. It is very important. Mostly you will get the on this one only. Most of the questions you will get on data loading only, because your work will be script conversion and data loading. Okay, you have to do in real time. In real time also you will get more work on this data loading and conversion. Conversion means it's completely SQL. Okay, there are few topics specifically with the Snowflake. Okay, like task creation and snowpipe creation and streams, like that we are having few things, but rest of the work would be SQL only. Okay, if you know the SQL very well, you can able to work, but apart from that you should be having very good knowledge in the data loading. Okay, that is you can do with the how we can do the staging, how we can load the data into the staging environment. If it is a external stage, how we can load. Okay, what are all the steps you need to follow? These are all the very important things in the Snowflake. Okay, so let me load once again. Top database sfdb. I will do one more thing, create one more database. Okay, sfdb underscore November. Okay, I will use default database as the same. Okay, already it is. If you are creating this by default, it will take that one only. SFDB November. Okay, let me follow once again. Okay, yesterday recording not happened, and also few people may be in confusion. Okay, Re- again I will follow the same thing. Okay, first what you have to do, what are all the prerequisites to load the data and all. You should be having database schema and table, and you should be, if you are passing the different file formats and all, you should be having that one. Okay, you should be creating the file formats. Okay, what are all the file formats for you required that you can load, you can create, and you should be having some stages. Okay, by default for each and every table stage will be there. For anybody tried user stage yesterday? Guys, used anybody tried user stage? Nobody tried, right? Okay. Yeah, you should be having the stages environment. You can try to use all the stages. Okay. How we can load the data into the internal stage, internal name stage, and user stage and table stage. Okay. How we can query the data. You should be having knowledge on that one. 100%, more than 3 4 questions for 2 years. If you are keeping 2 years of experience on Snowflake means your 30% questions will be on this data loading and architecture only. Okay, rest of the questions will be on based on scenarios, and if they want any other questions and all, they will ask. But most of the questions would be data loading only for the specifically if they want to ask the Snowflake. So you should be having very good knowledge on the data loading. Okay, so let me create a schema. That's why I'm repeating once again. Okay, I have dropped the table, dropped the created a new database, and under that again I'm creating the SF schema. Can we create or not? We can create, right? That is specific to the particular database. Even I am having the SF schema in SFDB, and I am creating under SFDB November because it's a separate database. Okay, so you can create and you can work on that one. There is no issue with that one. So next we'll create some table. Okay, no need to explain that schema, table creation and all, right? Normal things only. How you are working with SQL same way you can create the tables and all. You have to specify the column names and data types. If you want to specify the constraints and always only not null will allow, that you can specify in the definition, table definition. Okay. Next, if you want to show the DDL, if you want to get the DDL, okay, simply you can use the select get DDL. It is the predefined function. Okay, it is a built-in function in Snowflake to get your definition of the object. Okay, if it is a view, you have to specify view comma view name. If it is a procedure, procedure comma procedure name. Like that, you can specify. You will get the definition of the object. Okay, are you clear, guys? You should acknowledge. Are you understanding or not? Somebody should acknowledge. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next, what is the things required? CSV. Okay, you should be create the some file format. Okay, what type of file you are passing to load the data and all. Okay, that you can specify. Okay, if you are not passing means by default it will take the CSV file. Okay, whatever file you are loading, that data by seeing that extension it will take that one. Okay, inside that if there is any issues, okay, so that and all you have to specify. Okay, why I am giving specifically headers? My data is containing, maybe my data may contain first row as a column headers, so I will skip that one. Only it will consider the consider the rest of the data. Okay, let me show you my data. Okay, just I have created this one. Okay, here this is the my data. It is having column headers. So if I am loading the data into the table, it will consider entire file as a data. Okay, if you are giving skip header equal to true, okay, then it will consider the oh my data is containing column headers, so that I need to ignore. So where you need to specify that one, you have to create the file format for that. Okay, that you have to pass while loading the data. Okay, are you clear why we need to use the file format and all? This is one way, this is one type. If you are passing the data JSON format, okay, there also you will be having some different file for options. Okay, that and all you can specify in the command prompt. Are you clear? Next, one of the file I am containing. Okay, let me show you that one. I am having the by default CSV file is containing delimited with comma. Okay, but my file is having delimiters with pipe. I want to consider system should consider pipe symbol as a column delimiter. How I can define? You have to specify that file format. Okay, field delimiter equal to pipe symbol. If you are not specifying, that means type equal to CSV. Even though it is a CSV, if you are not specifying the field, this and all default it will take. If you are not passing anything, default values whatever is there, that it will take. Okay, if you are specifying the things, it will take that one. Okay, even you can choose the compression, what compression you want. Okay, by default it will be GZ. It will take that one only. Okay, if you go to front end now, UI, you can able to see that one. Okay, story, what is my hour sheet? There are different types of options are there. That and all comes under file format. You can specify any compression technique you want. That is your choice. Okay, see, sometimes to reflect in your front end it will take time, some time, but it back end it will be there. Okay, don't need to worry. If you are creating the back end means Snowflake, SnowSQL, if you are creating, it is not reflecting here means maybe some time it will take. Okay. Okay, where you will be having file formats and all, SFDB. Under that you can select anything. Under that, you here you will be having file formats. Okay, now try to create one file format here. Okay, here you can see compression methods, all the things. Okay, ggip deflate. Okay, you can choose anything. You can, if you are passing at backend means it will create, it will take same thing only. Okay, try to use snowsql only. Okay, and also I am having file as a my name like this. Okay, normally I am given the delimiter as a pipe symbol, but here I am having the some delimiter as the same thing in the my string. Okay, what you have to do, you have to specify the optionally enclosed. This, if you are considering, if you are not giving optionally enclosed means what it will do, it will take this one as a separate character, separate column. Okay, if your delimiter is in between your string values, okay, you have to specify that one. Okay, optionally enclosed with some double quotes like that, you have to specify that one. Okay, let me do that one also. Okay, here escape this are all ASCII values here. Everybody knows, right, what is ASCII value? 134, what is there, slash. Okay, if you want to escape characters and all means you have to use the these things. Okay, let me create this one. So file format is created. Okay, file format is created. I want to see the file format definition. How I can get? Can anybody guess? Select get DDL only. Here you have to specify the file format. Okay, and here you can specify your name, my CSV, right? Okay, you will get the definition of that. Here I have created so many things, but at that all default values, that's why it is not displaying everything. Okay, what are all the changes we have done, same mandatory things it is showing. Okay, same definition is there, right? Next, if you want to see the file formats and all, show file formats. Okay, there are my CSV and there is another one is my CSV format. Two file formats are there. You can the options and all, it will be having as a separate columns, that it will be there inside that one. Optionally enclosing what is, and compression techniques what, type C, what is the type of that one. Okay, that and all will show that one. Okay, next what we have to do, we should create some stage environment. Okay, so how we can create the stage, create stage environment. Okay, so I have created the internal stage. Okay, by default for each and every table will be having the table stage, and for each and every user will be having the user stage. Okay, how we can specify that one? User stage means at the rate tilde symbol. Okay, at the rate tilde symbol means it is a user stage. If you are specifying at the rate percentage table name means it will consider the table stage. Okay, by default it will, Snowflake will provide, but for name stage and all, it will be at the rate and name stage, it will, you can indicate like that. So it will consider the, it will take any values, and for any table the data files and all. Okay, may remember, user stage will be specific to user, table stage will be specific to particular table only. You cannot load the data from one table stage to another table. Okay, that's specific to same name. Okay, how you can load the data into the data file, data stage environment, how we can load the data? By using put command. Okay, you can add show stages here. If you want to see the stage environments and all, simply you can use that one. Here it will display the only internal stage only. Okay, next, How you can load the data? By using put command. If you are loading the files and all, mean you have to specify that file. Okay, file of that internal your on premises path, and you have to specify the stage. Okay, I am loading the data into the named stage. Okay, how I can load? Simply by running the put command. Okay? Each and every statement will end with semicolon. It will take some time sometimes. Okay, how you can if you want to load the data inside the named stage under another folder. Okay, you can specify the folder name. Okay, see, data is loaded, and actual size is 673, 384 will be the after compression. Okay, while doing the load, okay, while loading the data into the stage environment, automatically compression will be happen. Okay, system by default it will take care. By default it is taking the gz format. Okay, next, if you want to load the data internally another folder under my stage, okay, you can use like that. Okay, you can specify the your folder. Okay, data will be loaded under data files. If you want to see the what are all the files I have loaded into the internal stage, simply you can use the list command. List at the date, you can specify your named stage. Okay, internal stage. Okay, now you can able to see your all the files. Even under that, what are all the folders you are having, everything you will display. Okay, this you are clear, right, everybody? Anybody have any doubt? Okay, I hope I'm not getting any answer, so I'm considering everybody is understanding. Okay, so I want to load the data into my user stage. How I can load? Okay, simply you have to specify at the date tilde symbol. Okay, data will be there in your user stage. Okay, same way if you want to load the data under one folder in user stage means simply you can use anything. Okay, you can add any hierarchy, it will work. You know already how we can display the files in the stage. Next, if you want to load the data into table stage means you have to specify at the rate percentage table name. Okay, under that folder you can load the data into this one. Okay, now you are having the data in all table stage, user stage, and your named stage. Okay, I want to see the data. Okay, here I'm having number of folders. Okay, let me open my folders. Okay, here I'm having so many files. I cannot load all the times each and every folder. Okay, I want to load entire all the files. Okay, how I can load? Simply you can specify the this one. Okay, percentage. Okay, let me open that one. Yeah, if you are specifying emp percentage, emp star means rest of the characters it will ignore. Okay, the file name should start with emp. Okay, all the files will loading into the emp stage. Okay, whatever stage you are mentioning, same thing it will take. Okay, so I will load the all emp information to the emp stage environment. Okay, how I can load? Just you can specify the that particular path, your input folder path. Okay, where your source path. Okay, that you can specify here. Under that you can specify the your file names. If let's assume you are having some other names here, emp, right? So just you can ignore this one. I want to ignore this file. Okay, if you are giving the regular expression means it will consider that one. Okay, simply I will load all the things into my stage environment. Okay, it will skip the your pipe errored copy. Okay, this file it will ignore, rest of the files it will load. Okay, I want to load the all the CSV file means simply you can put star.csv, so it will load the all the files in this one. See here it is taking only emp which file is starting with emp file name, right? Emp only, but it is not taken the pipe error. Okay, next you can load anything. Okay, like this any file you can if you want to load you can load directly. Okay, if you want to query the stage data, how you can query? Okay, just you can do this one thing here is select the star from your stage environment. Okay, stage environment, and you have to specify the file. Okay, here it is actually it is showing error. What is that error? There is no columns. Okay, means actually your emp csv what is containing position 0, there is no column. Okay, you have to specify the column values $1, $2, and all. Okay, like that you have to specify that one. Okay, $1, $2, $3, like that you can display. Select star is not working, you have to specify the file formats for that. It will work for normal csv file, it won't work for other files. Okay, like that you have to specify. See here it is considering your column headers also as fields, your values, right? It is also one of the row. I want to skip that one, so what you have to do to skip the things and all, you have to specify the file. Okay, so where you are created, so just you can specify this file is my csv file. Okay, like that you can specify that one. Okay, let me execute this one, you will get that one. See, now you are not getting the your column headers and all. Okay, for that what you have to do, you have to specify the file format. Okay, which file format? Okay, actually emp.csv is containing delimiter is comma. Okay, that's why by default it is taking. Okay, now I am having the pipe symbol. Okay, I want to take this one. Okay, let me show you this one. Emp underscore file. Okay, if you are giving like this means it won't consider, it will entire record you are it will consider as a single row. Okay, it is not loaded. It is where I have loaded this my emp pipe symbol table stage, right? So I need to specify the table stage. Table stage is what? Percentage emp. See, here it is not taking your values. Why? Actually, it is containing doesn't match of the corresponding table use of the file format option. Okay, so you have to specify the file format because by default it will consider the what comma as a separator delimiter. So what you have to specify? You have to specify the file format. Okay, which file format you are using. So here I have created the file format as this one, so I will specify my csv here. File underscore format change the bit codes. Now it will consider. Are you getting? Guys are understanding why I am using the file format specifically, because my pipe, this data is there, right? It is delimited with pipe symbols. Okay, that you have to specify the while querying the data, which file format, that and all, what are all the fields I'm considering. Okay, let's consider here I am having this one. Okay, optionally enclosed. Let me change that file name as that one. How I can do that one? Instead of pipe, what is the file name here? Optionally enclosed, right? emp optionally enclosed. Optionally enclosed. See, even though you are having this one, you are getting the means you are having pipe symbols in between the names. Okay, king percentage, that one. Okay, let me get error, make that one as a error. Okay, I will create one more file format for that. File format pipe only, or type equals csv, and field delimiter is pipe. I am doing this one. Okay, csv format my csv pipe, like that I am mentioning that one. I am creating one more file format. I will try to use that one. Okay, and here I will give this file format name my csv pipe. It will give the error. Okay, I am passing that file format because my data is delimited with pipe symbols only, but still I am having in middle special characters, that and all. Okay, here also I am having that after enclosure. Okay, so what you have to do, these things it is considering as the pipe as a separate column here, that's why it is giving error. Okay, number of columns in the file doesn't match with the corresponding table, means what, here it is considering pipe as a separate column here. Here, till here it is taking one field, here it is taking one field, so it become another field as a extra, so that's why it is not considering. So you have to specify that proper delimiters. Okay, see now, if even though you are having the same delimiter in between your strings and all, you are specifying as a optionally enclosed. Okay, are you clear this one? This file format is very important, guys. Are you clear or not? Okay, next you can try yourself by creating the roles and things. Next, you know, you already see, right? You can, if you want to query any stage data, just you have to specify that one. Select $1, $2. Just here what you are selecting, which stage you are. Okay, just you can specify that one. Easily you can able to query the data. Okay, next step is what, till now we are having the data in the stage environment. Okay, I want to copy the data into original table. What is my original table? emp. Till now I have not loaded the data into the emp table. How I can load? So you have to specify that copy command. Syntax is copy into table name from. Here you have to specify the emp, that stage environment. Okay, that and all your thing. Okay, let me load this one. Here actually it is containing headers. Let me try to load. What will happen? you will get error. Why? Because here number of columns in the file doesn't match with that corresponding table. That is one thing. And actually what happening inside that one, EMP number is you are defined as a number, but here you are having the, okay, let me open that this one only, EMP query, this one. EMP dot csv dot gz. Okay, let me load this one. It will get the error. Okay, same error. Numeric value EMP number is not recognized here. Actually, you are having the value in the CEMP CSV EMP number. Okay, these are all it is considering as a string. So what you have to do, you have to specify that one. Okay, this is I am getting error. Okay, so please consider my data file as this format. Okay, how you can specify that one, where I have created file format to skip the headers and all, this one. Okay, you can specify that file format, my CSV format, to that one. Okay, this is error, and again I am using the same command to load the data successfully. Okay, and here you have to specify the file underscore format. Okay, you have to specify that. Guys, one more thing you should remember, once data is loaded from stage location to Snowflake, if you are trying to load once again means it won't load. Okay, what happened? CSVGZ, my file format. Expected position is unexpected space. What is my delimiter? Delimiter is my CSV format only, right? Yeah, file format is this one only. Okay, you have to specify. You need to no need to do the brackets. Data is loaded. Okay. Total how many records parsed? 14 records. How many records loaded? 14 records loaded. Okay. By default, if any error you got, it will display the one error. Okay. So here you are not got any errors. So your file got loaded successfully. So data is loaded into your target table. Till now, anybody have any doubts? Guys, now onwards very important. Till now, anybody have any doubts? If you want, if you are able to understand means you should be very clear with how stage loading the data into the stage environment, how we can query the data into the stage environment, that and all you should be aware of that one. I am showing what and all the possibilities error possibility of errors occurring. Okay, all the things I am showing, and I am giving the solution for that. Okay, this is very important. How many errors you will face, that much clarity you will get. Okay, so how you can debug the things and all, that is in your hand. Okay, how much practice you are doing, okay, with different cases. Everybody is clear, right? Next, without column headers I want to define. Okay, let me open that. Again, if you want to try same file again, okay, already my data is there in the stage environment, I want to try once again means what will happen? See, copy executed with zero files processed means what? Once your file is copied into the stage from the stage environment to the Snowflake original table means it won't load once again. Okay, because duplicate insertion will not happen with your Snowflake. That's what the main advantage with Snowflake. Okay, if you are inserting once again means your data get duplicate, right? So it will avoid the duplicate insertion while loading the data. Of course, table will allow to insert the data and all, but data loading will not allow to insert the duplicate data. Okay, are you clear? Guys, say yes or no. I'm assuming you are clear. Okay, let me let me load the data with pipe symbol. Okay, so under that EMP folder already I'm having the EMP pipe file. Okay, so just we'll try to just load the data into this Snowflake. You will get the error. What is the error? Already I told, right, number fields it is not allowing. Okay, and also my delimiter is pipe. Okay, if you are using the my CSV format means it will take again normal file only. Okay, normal CSV. CSV means it's a comma separation. So you should be having, let's open that one. File formats, I will use same thing for this one as well. Let's see what will happen. Where I'm executing, which one I'm executing? Pipe. Okay, this one only will use. Same file format I'm using. Data will be loaded to the single value. Okay, here actually you are defined as a number field, so it will consider that one. If you are defined as a string fields means your entire data will insert as a single column. Okay, if you are executing this one means, so you have to specify that one. What is that one? What is the delimiter exactly? That and all you have to define. Okay, see, now data is loaded. Now go and check your data in the table. It will be there. Okay, guys, when you are doing the practice first time, you may get confused so many times. Just try to understand the what you are doing, from where you are doing the data, loading the data. So what are all the your delimiters? What are all the headers? Okay, what are all the options you have used for the file formats and all that you should consider, and you can try to load that one. Okay, if you are doing continuously, all the times you will get error. Okay, if same error you may get repeat. Okay, I want to load all the data from your entire table, from the particular location. How I can do that one? Okay, simply you can specify that one. Okay, copy in. If you want to load the data, specific column, specific number of columns only from the files means you can specify that one. Just you should be having same number of columns whatever you are passing here. Okay, let's assume you are having different number of fields or more here. Okay, still I want to load the data from these fields, these files to the emp table. Okay, just we have to specify the specific fields. How we can do that one? By querying that one. Okay, copy into select star dollar one dollar two, like that you can specify, and you can try to load the data. Okay, what happening? Numeric value error. Why? Because anybody guess what happened? You are not specifying the file format. Actually, that containing header files. Okay, here I am getting the error. Okay, because it is having the first row as a columns and all. So I want to move smoothly without any errors. Okay, what you have to use, if the file is containing any error means you have to specify the option called skip file equal to continue. Like that you can specify. Okay, so you won't get any error. Okay, skip file on error equal to continue. Sorry. One second. Honor equal to script file. Sorry. Honor equal to script file. So it will skip the file and it will move smoothly. There are some different options in Snowflake. Okay, it won't load the data into your file. Okay, rest of the files only. Let's assume you are having so many files in the stage environment. You want to load the data into the Snowflake means just for skipping the other files and all, just you can specify that conditions on error equal to skip file like that. Okay, let me open this one. Whatever files I am having the internal stage, that you can specify. Okay, here it has loaded uh, file information and load failed. Okay, why it is failed? Numeric value. Okay, emp number is not recognized. That and all errors it will display. Okay, by default. Okay, it won't show any errors and all. If you are using the on error equal to skip file means, not only this one, there are some other options as well. If you are using that options means you won't get any errors, but your error records. Okay, what is the error things and all, it will make as a table. Okay, try to utilize that options and all. Okay, I have written all the things in the here. Okay, you can try to use that one. Okay, there are different errors. By default it will show only two errors. Okay, if you want to load multiple things means you can use the validation mode equal to return all errors. Okay, you can specify that one. Let me change my location where I am having exactly emp stage I am having. Okay, so I will try to load the data from here. Are you understanding or not? Always my question will be that one only. Why? Because it is very important. You should understand the options. Okay. Return validation mode means you are validating the records if the files are loading or not. Okay. If it is not loading, it will show the all the errors. Why each and every record is not loading. Okay. Go and check the errors. You can see that one. Okay, number of columns in the file not match with the corresponding column table. Okay, just you have to ignore that one. Okay, so what is the error here? Simply you are passing this one file format as my csv. So few files. Okay, here I am having so many folders, so many files. Okay, go and check. Few records got loaded into the emp table. Okay, see already few records are got inserted, but few files got not loaded. Why? Because there is some errors in that one. Okay, how you here only csv file is loaded. That's why it is not showing. Okay, let me create that validation mode equal to true. Okay, here if you want to show only two folders means you can specify that one. If you want to load the only emp folder things, okay, you have to use the option called pattern. Okay, you have to specify somewhere. I have written that pattern option. Okay, let's assume you are having some different file names. Okay, in my stage environment I want to load that multiple files into only whatever files starting with emp. Okay, that and all you have to specify with pattern option. Okay, here where I can give that one. Let me take from here itself. First of all we'll select the list, the date my internal stage. So stages. Okay, I'm having sf internal stage. Okay, so list at the rate sf internal stage. So whatever you are having the files. Okay, here I am having emp. All the files are starting with emp only. Let me load the data into the my internal stage. Okay, whatever I'm having here. Okay, few files are with the emp folder. Okay, so let me load once again. How I can load the data? Put command, right? Put file, you can specify that colon and you can specify that one, and you have to specify the input path, and here you can specify the star. Okay, or you can specify the star.csv. All the files it will be loaded. Okay, and you have to specify your stage environment. Okay, my sf internal stage, sf internal stage. So all the files will be loaded to the internal stage. Try to load from internal stage to all the files. Okay, all the files you can try to load. How we can do? Yeah, from here. Okay, simply on error equal to script file. And there are different errors we are having. Okay, try to utilize these options. Okay, all the files got loaded. Now, okay, you can see the few files with the pipe, right? Pipe is also there. Only EMP only is there. Pipe, what about pipe? What happened to that? Pipe error. Yeah, file name is you pipe error like that. Maybe that one. Okay. Put file, display the path and at the date my internal, my ANT stage. Sorry, self internal stage, right? Okay. Not a file but a directory. Okay. Here you can specify the file name also. Pipe underscore error dot csv. Okay. File is loaded into the stage environment. Okay, now if you want to load the all the table, okay, all the files data into the table at a time. Okay, number of files I want to load at a time is you have to use the pattern. Okay, I want to consider only which file is starting with emp. Okay, so that you need to consider that one. Okay, how you can do that one means copy. Okay, let me write that one. Copy into emp. Okay, which stage? My sf stage. Okay, sf internal stage, and you have to specify the file formats as well. Okay, which files are having the csv files, only those things only. Okay, let's assume we are having so different formats. Okay, like csv, json, like that you are having some different things. So here you need to specify the from class. Okay, from stage environment, and here you have to specify the pattern. Okay, what are all the files you have to use that one. Let me query that one. Pattern, pattern equal to pattern equal to, only it should start with emp star, like that you can do. In real time how it will be now, your files daily files will come as a with timestamp. Okay, so simply they will pass the pattern as a date. Okay, so that it will take that one. Compilation error, that is syntax. Copy into emp from stage environment. What is the syntax error here? Into emp table at the date self internal stage only, right? My stage environment name is FSFINT stage. Okay, here I have to pass all the files, right? So here you can specify that one. Okay, expected pattern start.csv pattern we need to pass. Okay, like that we need to pass something. Okay, you can Google it easily. You can come to know that pattern options on you. This you understood, right? Validation mode. Okay, return errors means it will display all the errors. Return two rows means it will display only two errors. Okay, so if you want to get all errors into separate table, okay, what you have to do, you have to create table log. You can try to create one log table, okay, like this. And your previous execution results will be there in your cache memory. That already I have explained it while explaining the architecture. Okay, previous 24 hours data, whatever you are querying things, okay, that will be there in your cache memory. How you can query the things and all means, just you have to specify the result scan. Here this is the to it will scan your cache memory and it will try to get that one. Okay, for each and every query you will be having the query id. Already I have shown in the front end. Okay, so that query id you can. Okay, select last query. If you want to get the last query ID into some parameters means, you can set that one into as a single parameter. Okay, now that last query whatever you have executed, that query ID will be coming to the queue ID. Okay, just you can select that queue ID. What is that one? Okay, which statement is you are having the error? Okay, that statement will comes here. Okay, queue ID only, right? Select dollar queue ID. Sorry. Dollar $QID. Okay, so this query ID will be having the. I want to copy this one. How I can select specific thing? Only query ID I want to use. I want to select this one only. Mark. Okay. Yeah. Yes, simply I will select that one. Now I want to query previous query result. Okay, how I can do that one means, okay, simply you can do select star from. You have to make that result as a table. Okay, so that your query logs and all comes as a query ids. Okay, as a table. Okay, here you have to select from the result scan. Result scan is the your caching table. Caching result cache. Here you have to specify the your query ids and all. One second. I will query this one. I want to copy marked one. How I can do? Okay, by default, it will copy. Okay, and I want to paste here. Let me write that one. Actually, it will copy that one. Okay, you can specify the query ID, or you can specify directly last query, or dollar QUID. Already we have taken to our this one, right? So you can do that one. So your query results. So whatever you are got here, that error will be display here from table of result scan, not the result cache. See, query ID has no result because it got failed. Okay, let me try. Let me try to load one copy command. Okay, I have loaded the pipe error file into the staging environment. Okay, from that I will try to copy the data. Yes, are you getting or not my points? Data is loaded. Okay. Let me try to load. Okay, let me try to load here. My CSV is there, right? So instead of that, I will skip into some other optional enclose error. Just I have done some mistake in the my file. Okay, I will try to load same thing here. Okay, copy executed. It's already loaded. Okay, see that scan. You have to set the query ID first. Last executed query into separate variable, and you have to results cache results scan. Okay. So whatever you have statement output, okay, that will be displayed as a last query. Okay, even you can use the query ID as a -1. -1 means previous statement result. Okay, result underscore scan of -1 means it will previous result only it will show. If you are using -2 means two statements before what you have executed, that things it will display. Okay, so 100 this one file for at the 100 statement I have created as a file format, that output I am showing. Okay, let me execute some 20th statement. Okay, so it will that time I got error. Okay, that and all it will be saving in the result cache query results and all. Okay, are you clear? Sometimes interviewer will ask, while loading the data into the Snowflake I am getting some error records. Okay, how I can retrieve that one. Okay, so for that what you have to do, you have to create the table for that. Okay, you can take the law, you are based upon the query ID, you can take the records into the some other table. Okay, that error records. Okay, if you are using this option means what you will get. One second. If you are using the validation mode equal to true, like that, if you are using the options means where I am using validation mode. Yeah, validation mode return true means what it will do, it will display the all the errors. Okay, all the error records. Okay, these are all the error records. So what they will do, it will they will create the table once again. Okay, so how they can create, select create table. Previously we result this we executed, right? So to get the previous record result, okay, that will into the some other table. Okay, then we can try to query that one. Okay, now you can see I have created as a table. Now go and check your error table. What are all the files got failed? Okay, and what is the error? Okay, see now you can see the data as a file format. Now we can limit this one. Okay, select star from error log and limit one. Okay, now you can try to uh, clear the errors in your data file. Okay, number of columns which doesn't match with this one. Okay, under that one you will be having the data. Okay, here somewhere what is the error, that one. Okay, number field you are having the character things and all. Okay, so try to correct that error and try to reload once again by changing the file name and all. Okay, are you clear or not? I am showing both the cases, data is loading or not. Okay, here I am having number of files, but only one file got loaded, rest of the files are ignored because I have given the on error equal to continue. Okay, that errored files will ignore this one in this case. SF internal stage. It won't give any error. Okay. If the records are fine, then it will load. Why only one file got loaded? Can anybody guess? Other files are having the delimiter with pipe symbol. Okay. Only successful load is only one file, that is emp.csv, which is comma separated things. That's why it is giving that one. It is loading into the table. Okay. Anybody have any doubts in today's class? Guys, anybody have any doubts in today's class? This is very important. Most of the questions will be on this one only. What is validation mode? What is on error? What is actually, I forgot the syntax pattern. Okay, if you want to load multiple files from the same location, means you have to specify the pattern. Everybody is clear? Hmm? Okay, then we can stop here.